Sunday, and we are traveling to see my oldest son and his family, and to take my brother out for his birthday. And we're in a kind of a rainstorm right now too. But I thought I'd take this opportunity to kind of share some stories about my background and why I enjoy thrifting and reselling and things of that nature. When I was a little girl, one of my grandmothers, it was my dad's mother, she lived in Oklahoma City, and we called her Nana. I'm trying to hold the phone steady and it's really shaking. Um, she loved to go to garage sales, and she would write out, usually on the back of an envelope, her path for garage sales. She would look in the daily Oklahoma newspaper, and she knew all the good neighborhoods to where best to go to the garage sales. And I loved it when I would go stay with her in the summers, and we would head to the garage sales. And she would find some awesome things, and she was not shy to offer them less. She didn't think the price was right. But so growing up, we had so many cool things that Nana had found at garage sales. I remember having a light bright is something that comes to my mind that she had found at a garage sale. Um, and then when I was 10 years old, my parents divorced, and when I was 11, my mother remarried. And one of the things that my stepdad did was he was an auctioneer, and he worked at a local auction barn a couple of nights a week, and he also did estate auctions, and that was really neat to go in and basically auction off everything that someone owned. And my two roles that I had is I would sometimes write tickets, which means I would sit there and keep track of what sold and what number it was sold to. And then I also would work sometimes when we did an estate auction, we would sometimes set up like a makeshift little concession stand where we just had a table and a crock pot, and we did like hot dogs and drinks. But then later on, we ended up opening our own auction place. It was at an old feed store in Hugo, Oklahoma. And part of the time I would, write tickets, keep track of that. But then a lot of times I would be in the concession stand, and just the same thing. We would just serve very basic drinks, chips, hot dogs, those kinds of things. And it was a family affair. My older sister helped, excuse me, and my mother and I. My brother would sometimes do what they called work the table, and he would be up there holding things up, that were being auctioned up. And it was a real neat thing. And so that was the beginning of me becoming interested in old things, thrifting, buying and selling, getting a good deal. And anyway, I just thought that was a little bit of my background that I would share with you guys. And how I ever got started selling on eBay was my husband was pastoring at a church up about 30 miles west of Tulsa in a little community called Olive. And I made friends with one of the coach's wives there. And I wasn't even familiar really with eBay. And this was back in the early 2000s. And she who told me, hey, you ought to sell some of your things on eBay. I was able to make several $100s, and I was able to buy all of my kids' Christmas on eBay. So that was how I first started. And, my family are book lovers, and so I first started out mostly selling books, and then it just kind of grew from there. And anyway, it's just fun. It's like being on a treasure hunt. You never know what you might find. It's also fun to get out and spend time with your family. And you can also find things that you need for your family, and you can get them for, such good prices. And it's also fun to research. I enjoy learning about things that I find. And then it's fun to, get online and realize something of yours has sold. And, it's like a feeling of success, I guess you could say. But anyway, I've enjoyed getting this YouTube channel starting, and it's a way for me to express myself. And, I'm going through a different phase of life. My husband and I, we have 5 children, and they're now all in their 20s, and I'm starting to get grandbabies. But I'm no longer raising kids myself, and so I'm getting in a little bit different life situation where I can spend more time buying and reselling, and it's something I really enjoy, and I've enjoyed getting to know other people who have the same interests as me. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks. Bye.